Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
I told you yesterday, he's like Mike Judge, the creator of Beavis and Butthead, a Rice graduate like myself.
You went to school with a guy who created Beavis and Butthead?
He was about 2 years older than me, Bo.
King of the Hill, too.
Mike Judge has no connection whatsoever to Rice University.
You guys are horrible.
No.
If the guy wants to go through life thinking he went to college with the creator of Beavis and Butthead, what's the harm?
Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
We're going to keep competing. No question about it. These are good kids, have stuck together, and we're going to keep building on. It's not going to be the last time in their life they go through hard times. It's going to mean a lot more when they have kids and the alarm clock goes off at 6 a.m. and they don't feel good. They get up and go to work and do a good job anyway. That's what this is supposed to be about. So we're just going to keep pounding at that, and I feel good about them. Every time I talk to them, they're very attentive. They look me in the eyes, and they want to win games. They want to win football games. We've got to give them a better opportunity as a staff to get that victory.
Well, this is the week. This is the week I'm sure the Razorbacks feel like, and we all feel like, they've got the best chance to win that they've had in a while. And I'm sure Auburn feels this is the week that they've got the best chance to win in a while. So, you're going to have two teams Saturday that, my gosh, they need to win a game.
Well, who feels better about their program?
Well, I think Arkansas does today. I think so.
That's kind of wild to say.
Yeah.
You've got an interim coach, but listen, the hope that I felt in the building, Razorback Stadium, from the fans on Saturday was obvious.
To me, that was a big part of the story. That was a big part of the story. When they delayed the game, obviously, you had to think that, well, there's not going to be anybody there. And I'll tell you, at 4 o'clock, I didn't know if there would be 20,000 people in the stadium. But by the end of the first quarter, it was, I'm not saying it was jam-packed full, but it was an impressive crowd, and they were into it the entire game.
I don't know. Maybe you guys can remember. Has there ever been a football game that you can recall that was delayed hours ahead of the game because of weather?
No.
Baseball, yes. I can't think of one in basketball. I can't think of one in football. That was so interesting. On Saturday morning, you sent that text to the group. Of course, Chuck finds out, you don't know this, Chuck finds out things like that before everyone else.
Well, not that much before. He's 20 minutes.
He's on the broadcast team. He's the voice of the Razorbacks, and they can't have him get into the stadium too early. That's not good for anybody.
No, that's exactly right.
So I'm getting ready on, Saturday morning, and I get this text, that the game's been moved to 4:30, and I just said to myself, what? I get it. Thank you for doing that, because the inconvenience of being there for everyone, and then the game just getting delayed with lightning. And thank goodness they were able to look at the radar and go, we shouldn't start the game right when there's lightning. That's not a good idea.
Well,
they delay it, but I've never seen that.
I haven't either in football. We've had, obviously, a couple that have been delayed after the game started, but I've never had that happen in football before. Now, in retrospect, it was the right decision. I don't know that everybody was real pleased about this in terms of the football people when it happened, because there's a lot of things that go into a game day routine, and not the least of which is when you feed them. And so there were some alterations in a big way there. But in retrospect, that was you would not have been able to start at 2:30 and keep playing, not because of the rain, but because of the lightning.
Some people know this, others may not be in the weeds, but to your point, so basically starting Friday afternoon, the football team's schedule, whether you're playing at home or on the road, is pretty much hour by hour set. And from the time you hop on the bus to go to the team hotel, to the meetings, to snacks, to other meetings, to free time, to lights out, to then, lights on, wake up call, to meetings, to walkthroughs in the hotel. It's a whole schedule.
It is.
And
they don't deviate from it.
The point of it is to build up to have you ready to go, and also for the players to be able to mentally just sort of work their way through the day, right? You're not just sitting there in your hotel room waiting for game time and, okay, now let's go start doing things and let's go.
Well, it starts with what time do you get up? I mean, it literally does change. And I realize for some of us that sounds a little far-fetched, but all we're doing is going and watching the game. We're not playing.
Yeah, you want everything sort of building to kickoff, right?
Right.
And so when you got to set that back 2 hours or forward 2 hours, it's a big deal. But anyhow, I think everybody forgot about it after the game because I don't remember a single press conference question about it.
No, and I kind of kicked myself later for not bringing that up because I know it affected both teams. But, yes, once the game started and, evidently, because you said this and it happened with me as well. I mean, when I got to the stadium, I just drove right up. And I thought, this is going to be bad.
Yeah,
They've got the McFadden thing at halftime. There's not going to be anybody here. But I don't know what happened. But all of a sudden, everybody just like descended on the stadium, and it was it turned out to be a great crowd.
Yeah, I thought the crowd was incredible. Petrino talked about it afterwards as well. He was asked about it. I thought the crowd was just amazing.
Oh, the crowd was awesome. I know the players were very, very appreciative all 4 quarters at the energy that they brought. The second quarter really stood out to me, how loud they were when we went and were able to score twice. So it was awesome to have that crowd there and the fans out there and to continue to give them a good product, but with a win.
The Hogs lose 45-42. I haven't gone back. I'm sure Bart could recite by heart the scores that A&M has given up this year, the offense they've given up, the points they've given up, and it's not much. And A&M's as well put together as any contender in the league, in my opinion. If you'll remember last week, I said that before the game, rarely do I think there's no hole in the other team. I didn't know how Arkansas was going to be in this game. I had no clue that Arkansas could find a way to be in this game. I just didn't see it on paper. But I'm going to tell you, Petrino, I don't know how many people could do what Petrino did, taking over this team middle of the season, and to be able to compete in the way that they did on Saturday. I honestly am not quite sure how they did it. But the thing I want to point out, Chuck, not just on the field, how do you inspire hope? I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you what Arkansas's record is at this point without looking. I mean, that's not even. I'm watching an entertaining product, knowing the defense isn't good enough really to win in this league at a high level overall, and they're even beat up a little bit beyond that. But the fans are watching the game as if Bobby Petrino is going to figure out a way to pull this out. And at the end of the first half, that's what you felt. And then in the fourth quarter, you're like, I don't. They could probably. That's after giving up. I don't know how many 15-yard sacks Talon gave up. I mean, they're in 2 and forever, second and a billion, and you still think, they're going to figure out a way to pick up a first down here.
They A&M had given up 102 yards per game rushing going into that game, and Arkansas rushed for 268.
With how many lost yards on sacks?
Yeah,
so they basically rushed for over 300 yards.
When you adjust it for sacks, they averaged 11.2 yards per carry. When you factor in the sacks, it was 8.5. That's the difference in college and pro. The sacks are rushing stats in college. They're doing a lot of good things. I thought one of the things Petrino said after the game is, in a nutshell, they're making a few too many mistakes right now to score every time they've got the ball. And absent that, it's going to be hard for them to win, or it has been hard for them to win. Here's the thing about this week. Arkansas has got a really good offense. Their defense is not great. Auburn's kind of the opposite. Their defense is really good. Their offense is not great. Is Arkansas's offense good enough to score on Auburn's defense? And, you know, the one thing that even offenses that are struggling try to do is run the ball. And while Arkansas has run the ball pretty well, they've not stopped the other guys from running it very much. And I'm sure that's what Auburn's going to try to do. So there are a lot of things to be encouraged about. Here's the thing, and it kind of goes to what you were talking about there with inspiring hope. For everybody but the players, it's like we're the second game into a new season. It's like game 2 of a new era is what we watched on Saturday, and game 3 is coming up this week. Those players have lost 5 straight ball games. They played in 7 games. They hadn't won since they beat Arkansas State. They need to win in the worst way. And this is their best chance to get it in a while this week. And you do run the risk of the whole thing toppling if you don't win a ball game at some point. Because for these players, and this is a credit to the coaching staff, to the interim head coach, and it's a real credit to all the players, that they have stayed in the fight, so to speak, so far. That's the most encouraging thing to me. But you have to keep that going because there's still 5 games to play.
Let's talk about it. You want to? What are your feelings coming out of the game? To your point, Chuck, even if you're trying your tail off, not letting go of the rope, not quitting, you're trying your tail off, just subconsciously there becomes this thing where you get used to losing close games. You know what I mean? And it's almost like we went out and had a good effort again, right? We went out and had a good – and Petrino mentioned that a few times, like we're going to continue to compete and play hard, but it needs to be with a win. And the fans need a win, and the players want to win. And if you don't get this one on Saturday, it just becomes, I think, infinitely harder to do that. I think most people, if you're looking at salvaging this season in any way, you got to win these next 2 games. And you're not thinking about it in 2-game chunks. You're thinking about it in the next game. But you got to win the next game. And
there needs to be a payoff.
You got to win the next game. And then if you win the game after that, which is, I think, possible. Do we have a line, by the way, on the Arkansas-Auburn game at Oaklawn Sports yet?
I thought I saw Auburn by 1.5 yesterday. But I could be mistaken.
Hugh Freeze, by the way. I mean, he's still got a job. Billy Napier does it. And I wonder.
The dominoes are beginning to fall.
1 point Auburn favorite.
Is that right? 1?
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
I can tell you right now that's going to change.
Yeah.
by kickoff.
Yeah.
That's going to flip.
It'll
That'll
go the
flip.
other way.
Arkansas will be favored in this game.
I think you're right.
By kickoff.
I think you're right.
I'll be surprised if they're not.
Yeah.
But all right, so where do you stand? What are your thoughts coming out of the game? It's a reaction Monday. We're just having a cup of coffee in here hanging out with you. 877-377-6963. I mean, I woke up this morning. I thought Chuck's going to walk in a Michelin man suit. I mean, he's going to look like he's ready for the Iditarod.
It is chilly.
And
breezy.
It was 40.
Breezy.
I asked Siri what the temperature was, and she said 49.
Yeah, I know. Oh,
and
believe
I said,
me.
well, I might want to put some pants and a long sleeve on.
Chuck, you're lucky you didn't get here when I got here in the studio. The air was on.
I came in and Edward had frost on his eyebrows.
Yeah, It was chilly.
I turned
and
my
I
heater
thought, well,
on.
it's a good thing Chuck's not here yet.
Yeah.
It is that tricky time of year.
It is.
You better
It
get your
is.
tips from Pascal.
You're right. That's
because
exactly right.
I'm told, by experts at Pascal that you don't want to go wake up and realize, oh, it's cold. And so you go from cool in your house to warm, to turn the heat on.
Right.
And you don't have any sort of stop, pause in the middle. Not great for your system. You're going to have to pause, put it on off for a minute, and then move it over.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's a pro tip from Pascal. You can
I
go on
haven't
their
heard
website.
that.
Go
I've never heard
Pascal.
that.
You can get all the pro tips there. But if you screw it up and you need fixed, they'll get right out there.
Well, I mean, it's almost heater
fall.
time.
It's fall.
It feels like fall this
It is
morning.
fall.
It really does.
It is fall. All right, Bart, good morning. You good? How are you?
I'm great, guys.
Bart,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you guys right now,
Bart's
Bart
raring to go, man.
has a movie that is being prepared on him.
Film.
A film.
It's not a mere movie.
It's a
film.
film.
It's a cinematic
It is.
experience.
How good is that?
It's wonderful.
Ben Oliver.
Way better
and-
than I deserve.
I mean, our guy Ben Oliver did a great job on that, and we're gonna church it up even some more. And I mean, Bart's a star.
Well,
he is a star.
It's incredibly well done. Bart obviously knew the camera was on him and the mics were hot. And there's no question about that. But, man, that is so good. He did such a great job on that.
Yeah, right in time for his locks not to be very good. So among the people at the Big Creek Country Club.
They were 2-1. Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
It didn't feel like that.
Okay, well, they were.
Okay, well, all I heard. All I heard all weekend was Bart's picks aren't doing very well. And
you lost the first one and then you came back. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. It turns out South Carolina stinks.
Yes.
They stink.
Yes.
Turns out.
Yeah.
Turns out that offense.
I mean, who knew?
Turns
really?
out when you go from a really young gun and a really good coach like Dow Loggins to a really washed up Mike Shula, things don't go as well. Turns out, I don't know. Like
Lenora Sellers is not having.
He has regressed.
He has regressed.
The whole offense has regressed.
There's no doubt.
They're not good.
They ran in. They did one of those deals on Saturday where they had like 4 cracks down on the goal line, and they just said, "Here's a wall. We're going to run into it, and we're going to keep running into it."
Yeah, they did.
And eventually, the wall's going to break, and the wall actually got stronger, and they broke.
I think Beamer's going to go to Virginia Tech.
Well,
You think so?
I think Mike Shula is going to be looking for work after
The
this year, I can tell you
dominoes,
that.
the dominoes are going to fall.
Oh, this is going
to be such an incredible coaching search.
It's like, was it Ralph Russo last week?
25
who
jobs.
said 25 jobs, and that's Power 4, or at least guys who are going to be moving into Power 4. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of openings.
But anyhow, Chevy Fayetteville Situation Room, we can get into this later. When Bart was holding court at Big Creek Country Club, and people eating out of his hand. I mean, he could have sold them snake oil. He could have sold them ice to Eskimos. Anything.
Baby Billy.
And elixir, exactly. And I'm getting screenshots from people, and as the day went on, it got worse. And it was like, you need to talk to Bart. I mean, I didn't tell you, hey, come over here and listen to Bart. He popped up on a street corner, and y'all were over there buying whatever he was selling.
Well, an early loss can lead to panic sometimes, but you just got to ride it out. I mean, the guy went 2-1
on his locks.
And
that's what I said. You got to go with the locks. You can't go with Bart. A couple Flight by Yinglings, maybe a little Buffalo Trace. At Big Creek on a Monday night, big steak dinner from Plainview Beef. Everybody's feeling good. Bart's super confident. He's just rolling out picks. He's calling them all like he's not even thinking about it. It's just stream of consciousness. And then on Saturday, what you forget is people are sitting around trying to collect their money. And when they don't hit, they're pissed. And I'm just telling you, they were pissed.
Two things happened. Between that and Saturday. Okay, a couple things happened. Texas Tech's quarterback did not play. Texas Tech was without their starting quarterback.
Yeah, that was one of them. Arizona State.
He did not play.
Yeah. Did you not have that info before the game?
I did not have that.
They don't make him report.
No, not in.
I didn't know.
I don't think Bart had done the research.
Not in the little leagues.
I got you. That's what you get for gambling on the little leagues.
And turns out BYU might be good.
Turns out you're wrong, Bob.
Yeah. Might be good.
A couple things happened.
They have a quarterback who wears number
wrong.
47,
I know.
and I can't trust that.
A couple of things happened. I didn't have the info, and I was wrong. That'll get me every time.
Bo.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is here for when you want real action, and the wait is over. Live racing is back. Every weekend brings big moments, big crowds, and your chance to feel the thrill of a big win. The holiday racing season begins Friday, December 12th, and runs through January 4th. Then the excitement returns with the classic racing season, January 30th through May 2nd. It's racing, it's winning, it's everything you've been waiting for. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like Walk-Ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home. The two best guys in mediocre sports radio.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I'm right. No, Arthur. I'm right. I am right. Go look at it. Go look it up. Do the research and then come back.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show back for another Monday. Reaction
another
Monday.
week.
I'm telling you, I don't know like how to fully describe what was happening at Razorback Stadium on Saturday, but I didn't get the feeling like everybody in there was thinking that this is a 2-and-whatever team.
I think those two scores right before halftime were a big deal.
Did that bring back some
I
memories?
think that was a big deal right there.
Did that bring back some memories, some good nostalgia?
Right.
How about that play call, that run play with Mike Washington?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that whole Chuck, you and I could have run for 10 yards on that one.
Well, I thought he called a good game. I mean, I do. I thought he called a good game.
Arkansas leads the SEC in total offense. They're fourth in the country, without a defense. And when I say that respectfully to everybody who's out there trying their tails off on defense, but man, I mean,
they got a few more stops Saturday, and there were times when they looked better, and by that I mean everybody seemed to go the right way, but obviously there were lapses. Obviously, I mean, A&M ran the ball really well too.
One thing before we go to the phones, just the food for thought question. If you had to choose, you're going to have a lousy defense or you're going to have a lousy offense. Which would you choose? If you had to choose, I know my answer right away.
Well, when
I
you
want to
can
watch
score,
entertaining football.
When you can score, first off, you always think you're better than you really are when you can score a lot of points because you always feel like we can outgun them.
Never out of it.
We can outgun them. We just need to get a turnover, and we can outgun them. So that comes into play. But, yeah, the entertainment factor is the biggest thing. And it is an entertaining product. And I can remember in the aftermath of the first Petrino era, we've all got family members that are rabid fans, but we've got family members and friends that are casual fans. They pay attention to the Razorbacks on Saturday, but probably couldn't name you 5 or 6 players. But they like being entertained. And I can remember so many of them saying it's just not entertaining anymore. Now, part of it's because they were bad. But it was a different style. I would liken it to after Nolan Richardson. Stan Heath style it just wouldn't do.
But they were going to rebound.
Yeah, they were going to rebound. And they did.
A lot of opportunities.
Because there were a lot of missed shots to rebound. So,
But everybody wanted rebounding.
That's right.
Everybody wanted rebounding at that point. What we got was rebounding.
Yeah.
Hey, we had rebound the ball. I don't even know if they shot in practice.
Stan Heath
It
taking shots
it's like
this morning.
it was like the layup drill.
It's never too late
It was like
to
the
take a
layup
Stan
drill
Heath
where the
shot.
last guy throws it off the backboard and the last guy puts it in. Everybody misses and then the last guy puts it in. Well, they didn't even do that. They just kept going.
Stan
They
Heath
forgot how to
and
make
Chad
baskets.
Morris are the two that forever are like they're the pinata.
Stan did better
They're
than Chad Morris.
Well, he did. No, you're right.
Yeah, Stan went to an NCAA
You're right. You're
tournament.
right. But my point
Two of
is once you get a taste of that,
I like Stan Heath.
nothing else will do. And Arkansas fans got a taste of that style of offense in football, and ever since then, nothing else has been good enough. I don't know how else to put it.
You're right. Vermont. It's our guy, Arthur. Arthur and Bart are yeah, I got it. Arthur, good morning. How are you, buddy? Uh-oh. Arthur? Did they come and get him?
I always like hearing from Arthur on Monday because we know he
he's
made
right
it.
there.
He's still a free
right
man
there.
after a long weekend.
He was just there.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we need to reset. We'll take a break. And Arthur and Bart, when we left you on Friday, they were at odds. It was not pretty.
I wonder what's going to happen when people like Arthur and others who wager on football, when Bart has 2 or 3 bad weekends in a row.
That's coming.
Do they? What happens?
Thanks, Bo.
Actually, it's been remarkable that you are 2-1 every weekend. It's not enough to get anybody.
You got to stay above 500 when you're advising people on what to do with their money.
Yeah, what is your record?
You got to stay above 500.
I'm going to tell you, though, that at-large stuff that you did at Big Creek did not go well.
15-8-1 on the season.
15-8-1. So, you're ahead of the game.
24-12-1.
Nobody's threatening you because of their financial losses.
Basketball season.
It's very Bart's record's believable. Like if he were throwing out a 900 number and he was charging you.
If he were Big Keith in the house.
To give you.
Claiming I had 24 out of 24.
We got to hit a quick
won $45,000.
It's I wonder what his parlay was this weekend. I'm sure we'll hear about it. It's Reaction Monday at 6:30. If you're waking up, you're going to need a little hoodie or a little jacket. Going to be a little chilly when you get started today. Hey, we're here for you. We're
it is cool.
Traffic and weather together. We don't have any traffic right now, but be careful out there. Buckle up.
I'm amazed at the number of people who think they're smart.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are your gutters ready for fall? Leaves are coming, and that means it's time to protect your home. At Hogtroff Gutters, they install high-quality leaf guards that actually work. Don't waste money on the cheap guards from big box stores that clog up. And don't get stuck paying triple the price with those big national companies. With Hogtroff, you get the best of both worlds. Professional installation, premium aluminum, and stainless steel guards, as well as a 20-year warranty. Give them a call today to schedule your free inspection or visit hoggutters.com.
Hey, it's Bo, and I want to share something that's completely enhanced my day-to-day life. About a year ago, I started telling you about the Sweatnum Edge. Well, over the last several months, here's what's happened for me. My energy level is completely different. My exercise gains have seen a big jump. My mind is clearer, and frankly, life is just more enjoyable. Now, that's my story. What about you? Search the Sweatnum Edge online and get a free evaluation today. It's made a big difference for me, and I know it can for you too. The Sweatnum Edge. Today's been a strange day.
Yeah, we've had some struggles here and there. Let's just be blunt. Can we be blunt?
Well, it's 50-50 at best.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I've been brain dead for 2 days. Like some people would argue much longer.
Well,
but I mean,
it's been
personal standards.
It's been noticeable, really, the last couple of days.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Reaction Monday, time for calls. People complain, they compliment, they take your feedback all the time at Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Generally, it's going to be positive because they don't wait till the end of the project to see how it's going. They're with you the whole way through, start to finish, from the quote to making sure you're getting what you want, to communicating you while they're with you while they're on your roof, or it's a remodel, whatever the construction project is. I mean, they have built a team of certified workers, experts that can do the job, technicians when it comes to roofing and buildings. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, teamworkbuilt.com, quality materials. If you're getting a quote today and you don't go to teamworkbuilt.com to make it one of them, that's on you. I'm just telling you, these guys, that you're not going to work with anybody better, and they're going to deliver. Teamworkbuilt.com, powered by Teamwork. It's built on quality, powered by Teamwork. All right, Arthur's back. I think Arthur's in Vermont. And Arthur, we went to you a moment ago. We didn't know, when you disappear, it gets concerning.
We worry.
Well, it was just an area that I was going through. I'm on my way to this orientation thing, so I was in a dead area. But my reaction to the game on Saturday, I normally don't do this, but yeah, I moneylined against Arkansas, and I just knew that if they did stop them on that really 4th and 1. Fortunately, it's just where I'm at in life.
Times are hard.
I I screenshotted my winnings this week, and it was epic. But
how much money did you come back to finish the weekend with, Arthur?
$6,000.
Damn.
How much were you in for?
$1,200 on one and $600 on the other one.
$1,800, $6,000.
Are you kidding me?
Now, Bart, this is a guy who may take your business.
I just must live in a different world.
Well, I think that's safe to say that you and Arthur are living in different worlds.
No, I mean,
I think it is. You're pent up in that booth up there at Razorback Stadium. He's somewhere. He's penned up somewhere else, or at least he was. But now he's out in the wild, and they've turned him loose.
He's got a lot of time to make up for, evidently.
And he is. He's out here. I think responsibly. I can't speak for him, but hopefully responsibly. Having some fun with some of this. It doesn't sound like it's discretionary money, though.
When he's betting against his favorite team on the money line, he needs a win. He's looking for the W.
Oh, my gosh.
I just felt like if they got that fourth, or they stopped him on that 4th and 1, there was going to be a phantom offensive holding, or, they're just. If they get the onside kick, like that first year of Petrino's year when they did that against Ole Miss, and then the next play was an offensive pass interference that obviously was not. But I just felt like that. But with that being said, I much prefer what Mike Anderson termed Petrino's offense when the two were there. Fast break football, man. Hey, if you're gonna be bad, at least do it with style. If nothing else. I would like to know what happened. Now, Petrino had a defensive line coach when he left. I think his name was Bud Campbell. He was a D-line coach at Tennessee. Where is he now?
Judge. You talking about Chavis?
Where?
You talking about Chavis?
No, that was not the chief.
Who
was the D-line coach?
Caldwell.
Huh?
Caldwell?
Steve Caldwell. Well, he coached the defensive end.
Yeah, Steve Caldwell. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good guy.
Yeah,
wow,
that guy.
I mean, to go back, and that's another show. We'll do that someday, maybe in the bye week. Where are all Petrino's ex-assistants now? Where are they? That's a good one.
Yeah, that guy left
North Carolina.
Garrett McGee's with Bill Belichick at North Carolina. Holy cow, did you see all that? The Jordan Hudson, Mike?
Yeah.
And telling Bill, he is clearly taking orders from her.
Oh,
it is just
I'm
remarkable.
telling you, when I said he lost his mind, I meant he lost his mind. He's lost his mind.
No, you're certain of it.
I am.
You were certain of it, before we saw any of that.
You could see this coming a mile away.
But anyhow, what else, Arthur? I mean, I thought Arkansas competed well, and they lost by 3 again.
Yeah.
Petrino's 0-2 with a combined 6 points.
I got a little bit nervous, though. I got to admit, when they scored those 2 touchdowns before a half, I was like, Petrino does beat Texas A&M. But I also think it vindicates how they played against Notre Dame. Notre Dame's defense just shut down USC to 24 points. And that's a good offense, man. Yeah, but I feel like we got winnable games. Now, Auburn, obviously, the refs don't care about Auburn. Nobody cares about Mississippi State. And after watching that, because I had part of my money line, one of my money line parlays was Texas, Kentucky. Oh my God! To have to sit through that, I swear it takes football back 30 years.
How did Kentucky lose that game?
Oh my God!
How did they lose that game, Arthur? Did you watch the whole thing? Hey. I watched the last part.
I watched the whole thing. Obviously, as I was talking about last week, 3 points is no longer good enough for anybody. It's like, what is wrong with taking 3 points? They did it. They got down there early in the game. And of course, they had to go for 4th down when you have shown you've been inside the one for 3 straight plays. What makes you think you're going to get it on 4? Take the 3 points.
I don't want to relive I don't want to relive the Kentucky-Texas game. Yeah. But thank you, Arthur, and congratulations on your 6K over the weekend.
I texted in the screenshots. You guys should take a look at it.
We'll take a look at it.
All right. Have a good day, Bart.
Have a great Monday, my man.
He spoke to you personally, Bart. He wished you a good day.
Oh,
By the way, just in case nobody's paying attention, LSU is gettable in Baton Rouge, and Texas is gettable in Austin. At least they appear so today.
Kentucky it was 2-1 statistically in just about every category, and they didn't win. They were down there at the goal line, and they were helpless.
Yeah, Williams and Lafayette. William, good morning. William, he probably went to sleep with Arthur. Arthur he's in his own world.
He is.
With all that gambling and all that, those shenanigans going on. Arkansas is open as a 1-point underdog against Auburn.
Can I just go ahead and get something out?
Yeah,
of the way?
please.
Yes,
We've been waiting on you.
Yes.
Please don't ever wear all red uniforms again.
I don't like the all red uniforms, but then as they started playing, it looked fine. I didn't like it in warm-ups.
I don't like it, and by my calculations, Arkansas is now 2-8 all time when wearing all red.
Do they matter? Do any of the uniform combinations matter? Really, what do we care?
Well,
what do people care?
When you lose all the time wearing one of them.
Good gosh, Bart. Once you got to roll out all the other combinations too. When are they not losing?
I'm just saying.
There's plenty of uniforms
What's
to go around for
combination?
losses. Yeah. Please
if you can find one where there's won like 4 of their last 6.
Yeah,
I believe they're
75%.
Yeah.
What are they 75% in?
I think anthracite.
Come on. By the way, did you see James Franklin on game day?
Yeah.
Is he impressive? He's always been impressive when he gets up in a stage like that, on a stage like that.
Nick Saban calling Penn State out.
Well, yeah. That's Saban taking care of coaches, but he's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. We can talk about this a little bit when we come back. James Franklin's going to have a big job next year. This whole thing about Penn State's buyout, it's not even going to matter.
The Florida job is the linchpin. That's the job. And when they fired Napier yesterday, there are going to be a lot of dominoes fall because it's going to take a big timer, and they're going to hire a big timer, and they've got the money to hire whoever they want. And they
Franklin. Do you think Franklin's a big candidate?
I think
a prominent candidate.
I don't know that he's a candidate for Florida. I think he would. I'm certain like to be, but whoever takes that job, whether it's Kiffin or whoever it is, that's when all the dominoes are going to start falling. But the Florida job is the linchpin job.
Does Kiffin have a better chance to win a natty at Florida than he does at Ole Miss? Now,
yes.
Now I know that 5 years ago everybody would have said yes without hesitating. You're still saying yes.
Yes. The University of Florida is loaded. They've not been able to untie the purse string since Urban Meyer, and at that time you didn't have NIL. They're locked and loaded. They've got plenty of money. It's still the promised land for an 18-year-old boy. And it is.
What do you mean? Well, what do you mean?
I'm just saying it's the promised land for a young man.
What do you mean, Chuck?
My point is that Florida, that's the job that is, of the ones that are out there now, clearly the best job.
No.
I don't even think it's debatable.
No.
Kiffin will take it.
You think he's going to take it?
Yeah.
He's going to need a new home if he does. You think Weicker could go down there?
I think they probably could. You know, they're very good in our area.
Yeah.
You know, they're very good in our area. But no, they do. They've done this a long time. Think about Weicker Realtors and Griffin Companies. Whenever you have a conversation with them, you know that you are getting the best information possible, whether you're a buyer or a seller. Sometimes it's just a simple question like, "Hey, is this the time to list my house?" Other times it's like, "Hey, we've got to find this in a hurry. This is our budget. And we need you to help us." Well, you can always count on it turning out exactly the way you want it to go, because that's what they do. They turn houses into homes. They do it in Washington and Benton counties, Fort Smith, Branson. They've got a wide selection, and you can log on and see them at WeicherGriffin.com.
I know this is an audio medium, and I shouldn't just shake my head, but words fail me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Football season's here, and Flight by Yuengling is the light beer built for game days. Tastes like a Yuengling, but it's a light beer, and only 95 calories. Flight raises the bar for what a light beer should be, and now it comes in a 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle and skinny cans. Perfect for tailgates, watch parties, or just kicking back after the game. Pick it up at your favorite store or ask your bartender. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag, still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
This fall, don't just pay for a heating tune-up. Make it part of a Paschal membership and get year-round benefits for your home. For as low as $8.99 a month, your annual tune-up is included. Plus, members get exclusive discounts on air, plumbing, and electric services. Don't wait until there's a problem. Protect your home, budget, and peace of mind with Paschal. Visit GoPaschal.com to learn more and join today. And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Paschal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
I don't need Chat GTP. I've got Chuck GTP.
Amen.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I mean, I have a keen perception of the obvious. Let me tell you, I notice things that other people don't notice. And I am curious about why this has happened.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Looks like Mike is in Fort Smith. Let's see. Mike, are you there? You ready to talk?
Fort Worth.
I do. It's once a
Hey,
year. Sometimes.
yeah, guys.
Right.
Yeah, I'm here. Thanks for putting me on. I really appreciate it.
Happy to have you.
I have a couple of things. You know, I know we're all wanting a coach that can motivate the team and keep the team and have a really dynamic football team. And what I'm seeing and hoping is, I really want that coach. I don't really care at this point who it is, but what I'm seeing right now is the team was off the rope, and all of a sudden they're getting back on the rope, and they're motivated. At least the offense is motivated. The defense is trying, but they're motivated, and I believe that people are really optimistic about getting a couple more of these games, and that would not have happened had the change not been made. So I'm still looking for Bobby to do good things, and if he continues to get people to hold on to the rope, and we have a dynamic offense, and we can get two or three or four big NIL defensive players next year, I'm not so sure that he's not the right guy, but we'll see that as time goes on. But it certainly seems like that things are moving in that direction. Hopefully so.
Well, I mean, it may feel like that from what we're watching. I'm sure Arkansas is doing all their due diligence in every other category, but I don't know if you can get ahead of this, Chuck, because of all the jobs that are going to be open.
There are a lot of jobs that are going to be open, and, you know, we saw yesterday a big job open in Florida. There are going to be more big jobs that open, that in the pecking order may be higher than where Arkansas is right now.
And who replaces those former coaches, then their job's open.
That's right.
Well, that's a pretty huge domino.
And it's going to happen. You know, last year we talked about a firing moratorium because of the money situation. I was like you. I thought, well, this has a chance to restore some sanity. No such sanity.
If you're a national college football reporter and you're covering the coaching searches, which they all are, it's going to be such a fascinating ordeal over just a few days.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life, too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today. Man, there's nothing like a perfect steak. So tender, juicy, and packed with flavor. And now, thanks to Plainview Beef, it's clean with no hidden chemicals. Plainview Beef feeds their cattle with wheatgrass sprouts, and their beef is loaded with nutrients your body needs. I'm telling you, you gotta try it. PlainviewBeef.com. Order direct to your house. Check out their menu, which includes 6 8-ounce fillets for just $99. Again, it's PlainviewBeef.com. Use the promo code Chuck and Bo and get a free 12-pack of beef sticks. PlainviewBeef.com.
The voice of the Razorbacks is Chuck Barrett, and he chose McDonald Eye Associates for his recent cataract surgery.
I went to McDonald Eye. I can see in a way I've not seen in a long time. And I'm looking forward to this football season because of that. Your eyes are a big deal. I don't care if you're a sports play-by-play guy or what you do. You have to have trust. My trust was developed because I knew they were listening to me.
For your best vision, trust McDonald Eye. Online and same-day appointments at McDonaldEye.com.
So I spent yesterday. You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Do you, listener, do you feign not knowing things or intentionally not learn things in your line of work so that then other people will do it?
That's not true.
Chuck loves to play dumb.
That is not true.
And he loves to play even dumber. Here's what I know about Chuck. At any point, he can let you know that he actually knows how to do that, and then your value's gone. You just think I need you, Bart, but when I'm done with you, I'll do that myself.
Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
Driving my son to school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo Show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
I don't know about everybody else, but for me, the story coming out of the game on Saturday was the crowd. I mean, the way everybody with a 2-hour delay found their way back into the stadium, a couple of touchdowns right at halftime, kept everybody into it, and I thought it was a lot of fun. I wish Arkansas had won, kind of like everybody else, but that to me was pretty impressive. Not your average gathering for a team that had lost 4 in a row and was an underdog. So this is the week when Arkansas, I'm sure, feels like they've got the best chance to win. It's the week when I'm sure Auburn feels like they've got the best chance to win too. So talk about that in the hour. Clay Henry joins us on the line, Whole Hog Sports Hall of Famer. Clay, we have not had a chance to visit post-breaking Bart in Mountain Home, and I'm sure it's still the talk of the town. So just kind of tell us in the aftermath, once Bart left, what the people were saying.
First of all, he could run for office here. Now, I think it'd probably be dog catcher or something like that. But he's got some name recognition now. Hey, it was fun, and I went out there for about 5 holes, and I had to get home because I had to do radio with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. But I was out there for about 5 holes, and I think I jinxed him by leaving because he was rolling.
Yeah,
I think he was 2 over through 5 or 6, and he had got it up and down a couple of times from. I thought, well, he's fixing to make a big number. Yeah, I mean, the first 2 holes were perfect.
Well, here's the thing, and they made a big video on this, and I'm sure you're going to have an opportunity to watch it. They edited out the parts where Bart said, "I wish Clay was here because I would like to ask him what he would do right here." And but since ultimately the decision was made not to include that in the film. So that's why people won't see it.
It is a film.
Yeah, it's a film. So what'd you think about the ball game? What'd you think about the game on Saturday?
Well, you guys have been talking about it, and I was listening, and y'all are on the right. Fans came away from there excited about what they're seeing. And it's like, okay, we understand first one, Tennessee, you kind of circle the wagons a little bit. Let's see what happens after a loss. Well, they played the same way. Now, they played the same way on defense in great degree, but I saw some things. I like press coverage. I like, they just need a few more linemen. I mean, it's painfully obvious that they're trying to do it, with smoke and mirrors up front, and it just kind of trickles down in pressure. But the fans enjoyed the atmosphere. They were into it. They were up. They were off their feet, and off their butts, I should say. And I think that anybody that dismisses his chances to be the head coach, they weren't in the stands Saturday night when those players fought for him. And the essence of coaching is effort. You got to get them in the right places, but the effort has gone up. The penalties have gone down. No turnovers. I don't know if y'all talked about that, but that's new, and obviously they're being coached. So it's going to be interesting because there's some winnable games ahead, and there's some games that I didn't think were winnable that might be Texas's offense is not very good, guys. I don't know how many points you have to score to beat them. It might not be 42. So,
well, that's the thing. I mean, you've got 2 games under your belt now where you can see some hope, okay? But
consistency too.
You got to go win here now. It's like you got to go win. You got to beat Auburn. You got to beat Mississippi State. And 2 of those last 3 games, and maybe all 3 of them. I mean, they're not really out of any game. But all 3 of those games, maybe they've got a crack at it. But these next 2 games, you've got to figure out a way to win, or this hope doesn't feel the same.
I think that's correct, but I think it'll be judged for the whole body of work. And I think let me just say this: there's some people that are highly invested in the program. I know them really well. They're friends, longtime friends. They're excited right now. So that's the first step. That if you've got people that are invested in the program that financially are backers, and they're excited about this coach, he's taken the first step. Yes, wins are big, but I think it's going to be interesting to see it play out.
You know, one of the things that has made this unusual and continues to make it unusual is that, you know, we're going to handicap this every Monday morning. And then we'll do it again over and over and over again on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. There are 5 games remaining. I mean, just, you know, on a different subject, how many Heisman front runners have we had so far this year? I mean, everything is different each Monday is what I'm trying to say. And
well, that's because every Saturday is different.
Right.
Too.
But my point is how we feel today regarding this coaching search may not in any way, shape, or form resemble the way we feel when we get to the end of November. And you're going to have to make a real quick decision when you get to the end of November, too.
Yeah, but all you can do is say how you feel right now.
That's right. No, you're right. Yeah. You're right.
That's all you can do.
That's right.
And
if the season ended Saturday, it'd be obvious what you needed to do.
Yeah. So this is going forward. If they win some games, hey, it's his job to lose right now because he's the only one that can lay claim to it. Nobody else can. They can't hire another coach. You know, so I had somebody tell me, well, they need to get with it and go ahead and hire another coach. I said, no, because Bobby's in play. He is seriously in play. And anybody that dismissed it when Hunter said, well, we're going to give him a good look and he's going to be the interim coach, you didn't know how it's going to go along. But so far, he hasn't disappointed anybody.
Well, if anybody that has juice in our state and has influence and has authority and has whatever you want to call it,
you're talking about Chuck?
Yeah, starting with Chuck. If they allowed Petrino to come back as offensive coordinator, and now they're stiff-arming the idea of him being the head coach, that's on them. That was a horrible decision if that's where you felt at the time. And you know what? All Petrino's done is come in here and take advantage of the opportunities that's been given to him, and I tip my cap to that. That's a competitor competing in his own job and then doing things to make it better around him. But it starts, like, for me, with who is better than him for this job, not any other job, this job. And we're going to watch that play out. And then, just like the last time, hey, if you wanted a bigger pool of candidates, you should have made the move last year. Because this year, the pool of candidates, I think, will be oddly similar to the last time they hired a coach.
I agree.
There's so many jobs open, and then that's going to turn into other jobs being open when those jobs start getting filled. And there's going to be a lot of coaches out there, and they're not all lined up to come to the University of Arkansas.
Yeah, it's an odd thing. It's kind of like the draft. Everybody says, well, how do you rate a player? Well, it only takes one team to like you for you to jump up that board. It may not be. There might be 30 teams that don't think you're, a second or a first rounder. All it takes is one coach to say, I want that job. And we don't know what it'll be. I think the idea that Brett Bielema would want that job was a stunner. But right now,
yeah, it was.
hey, there's only one guy that can be the coach until he disqualifies himself, and he hasn't yet. There's a lot of people that are excited, and I think style of play is important. I think the way he plays, wide open, and the way they scored those 2 touchdowns just before halftime, and it's like, see, he still got it. And you know what? He might. We'll see if they hold on to the rope and play like this the rest of the game and win some games. If they do, he'll be the coach.
Clay, you've been around football your whole life, and you've spent so much time doing long interviews with guys that are coaches and have been coaches over decades. How difficult is the job that Bobby Petrino took over at the point he did in the season? Explain what he's dealing with.
Well, so what he is the play caller, and he dives in an unbelievable way for matchups. There's not anybody that has any more magic at doing that than Bobby Petrino. That takes hours. And he spoke about how much he liked just doing that. But he obviously wants to be a head coach too. It's just he just added about 50 duties to his plate, and he's got a defensive staff that's thrown together, and he's trying to figure that out, making sure that they're doing what he wants them to do. I think they are, but yeah, I think that it's hard for anyone to imagine the difference from being an assistant coach and the head coach as far as duties. But he's done it, and he's also really good at compartmentalizing and say, I'll do this, but I'm not going to do that. And making sure that he uses his time the best way. It's for those that have been around him, Chuck, you've seen that. I mean, he snaps it on and snaps it off. His mind moves on to something else really quick. There's only one Bobby Petrino. Let's just put it that way.
It's going to be fascinating to watch not only this play out, but all of college football. Anybody want to put their hand up on who's going to win it all real quick?
I have no earthly idea.
Ohio State. Yeah, if you're going to say pick one.
Yeah, if you had to pick one,
been up there.
That's fine.
They've been number one for a long time, and I don't argue with it.
Where do you think James Franklin ends up?
Oh, I don't know where he wants to end up, because that's all that matters. He'll have his choice, and he can make it really expensive, or he can make it cheap. I don't know. I mean, he knows what his guaranteed money is. He's going to mitigate it with, a $6 million or $7 million job. But I don't know if he's damaged at all, or is he still viewed as one of the elite coaches, top 10 coaches in the country?
Oh, I think he is.
Yeah. Well, then he can go wherever he wants to.
Thanks, Clay.
Yeah. Yep.
Good stuff. Have a great day. Thanks for coming out and seeing Bart on Tuesday. That was a lot of fun.
That was fun. I'm sorry I couldn't stay to the end.
Yeah,
your presence made all the difference.
But no, it was fun to have.
No, I
there.
just would like to have seen it. It's just because it was entertaining, interesting.
You'd be happy to see he played the ball down.
It was the most exciting thing going on in Mountain Home that day. Just go ahead and say it.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say it's the most exciting thing that was going on that day, and it was really big because Chuck Barrett came.
No, it didn't have anything to do with that. It was all about breaking Bart.
It was a big time.
Thank you, Clay.
In Mountain Home.
Come do it again. That was his practice round. He'll get it.
Oh no, we'll have to do it again. We're going to Fayetteville Country Club on Friday.
We need the weather to cooperate. That's the word from the situation.
Oh yeah, is it looking a little?
It's a 100% chance of storms on Friday.
Yeah, but it's only Monday.
Emotionally ready to go compete again?
I'm always ready to compete.
You are? So this isn't going to be taxing on you.
And we could go today. And
you'd be fine?
I'd be ready to compete.
Okay. Have you been out playing at all since Big Creek?
I have not, no.
There's no
I haven't had an opportunity to to do that.
How many times have you reflected on your round? Like you told me, like you couldn't go to sleep last night. Were you thinking about your round?
I was not. No.
You don't see. I if I were you,
No,
I'd probably
I-
I'd be thinking about.
I
it
think
a
you've
lot.
been through it shot by shot.
Yeah,
No, I
take the 3-wood out of your hand. You break 90.
I regret the lost ball. The lost ball on 12 was the turning point.
The music.
Had to avoid the big number.
Mm-hmm.
That 3-wood got you, man.
Yeah, it did.
It got you over and over and over
And
again.
it's usually the most reliable club I have in my bag.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Let me just say the music on the video.
Yeah.
When
The dramatic music.
The dramatic music when the ball was lost really kind of drove home what was about to happen. It was a foreshadowing of what we were about to see. And it was very, very well done.
So well done.
It is.
We'll have
well
it out
done.
this week, and we'll tell you when it's posted. You can go watch it on YouTube.
It'll you'll love it.
Just to plug it, the YouTube, go subscribe now and turn the notifications on YouTube at Chuck and Bo Show.
Yeah. And you'll be notified.
And you'll be notified as soon as it comes out. You could be the first one to
can't
watch
ask
it.
for any more than that.
Yeah. I mean, there are going to be people huddled around cubicles all over the state.
There's not going to be a lot of work get done that day.
We should
Water
just do it like a
coolers.
live premiere. We should like have
Red
it have
carpet?
it go live. No.
Run
Like
out
I
the
mean,
town center?
on YouTube, you can like schedule it to go live at like.
And people can comment as it's playing.
wow.
Yeah, I think we'll do that. That's a
Only
good
Bart.
idea.
Only Bart knows how to make his bigger.
That's right. That's right. Hey, before we go to a break, we had a chance a couple weeks ago to visit with the guys from WT Equipment. And, that's a family-owned, locally operated equipment and implement dealership. Simple as that. They've got 8 locations around Arkansas. They are proud Hog fans, too. They're known for their top-notch service and their community roots. And WT Equipment offers a full lineup of trusted brands, New Holland, Hustler, Steel, the legendary Bobcat. Might be the farm, might be the job site, might just be the land around your house. WT Equipment has what hardworking Arkansans need, a wide selection of Bobcat machines built to handle any challenges. So you can log on right now, WTEquip.com, and let's get to work.
7:18. It's cool this morning and getting up to about the mid-70s today.
They're all crazy. And I don't mean that in a critical way. We got issues in this room. I'm going to be truthful about that.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Some moments just call for something unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you don't just buy a diamond. You create an unforgettable experience. Their newly remodeled space is stunning with Cafe B right inside and their in-house diamond expert that'll help you find the perfect piece every time. That's just part of the Blakeman's experience. When you see the purple bag, you know it's something special. It always saves the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You hear that? You hear that?
Back to Safe Sports Radio.
That's special.
I'm leaving for more money if I can find it. The portal's open on the show.
Okay.
I think the NPR station's on the phone.
Now their funding's been cut.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, can I just mention one thing before we go on? I know this is not going to be the topic of discussion, but Friday night I watched Otani. Did you guys watch and see what Otani did on Friday?
It was being talked about.
It was one of the most. It was one of the greatest individual accomplishments in sports. I mean, honestly,
and
in
this
the history
guy keeps
of sports,
doing it.
And it's just unbelievable what he was able to do in that game. It's like Little League, and except it's big league baseball. But I just wanted to mention
3 home runs.
3 home runs, and struck
pitching.
out 10 batters
while pitching.
The guy strikes out the side in the top of the first inning and then goes deep, leading off the bottom half of the first.
That would have been enough right there.
That would have been enough. Ended up hitting 3 home runs, struck out 10 batters, 6 1/3 innings. And it is, I didn't realize this. I was reading this. Just bear with me for a minute and then we can move on. The Dodgers signed him for $700 million over 10 years, $70 million a year. I was reading an article where, by their own estimate, they made that $700 million back inside the first year of his contract because of all the international marketing deals they were able to strike as a result of him. Every one of his games is televised live in Japan. And it's just amazing. I mean, it's just amazing.
They also haven't paid barely any of that contract, too, because of how it was
it's deferred.
He's going to make the majority of that contract like 10 years from now.
That's a good insight for those of us that don't necessarily pay attention to all that. You just see the big number, when these coaches are making whatever, these players are making whatever, and then you turn around and realize it's not bad business for that school or that organization, depending on how it goes, obviously.
I think the first time Saban at $5 million at Alabama, I read an article where if he was paid on commission, if you paid him on commission for every dollar that he had generated for the University of Alabama, increased enrollment, and I realized that you can't corroborate everything, but you can get pretty close. But if he was being paid on a commission basis, it'd be like 4%. And how many of the best salesmen in the world work for 4% commission? None.
Yeah.
So some of these guys, now look, it's kind of like, again, it's what Coach Broyles always said, whatever you pay a good one's not enough, whatever you pay a bad one's too much. There's a lot of truth to that.
Billy Napier is going to get $21 million.
Not to coach.
Not to coach within 30 days. Like $21 million by November 19th. He's going to get $21 million, and
Merry Christmas to
he
him.
doesn't have to mitigate any of it.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to look for work. He can get work. He still keeps it. And I just, point out to like Big Keith and, Arthur and others. I mean, that's the job you're looking for.
That's the job I'm looking for.
Yeah. So you can get fired.
$116 million worth of buyouts.
So far.
Schools are on the hook for so
college
far.
So, and we're not halfway home yet.
Yep.
No,
we're not halfway home.
Norvell's probably going to get fired, and he's
That's gonna
54 and a half.
That's where I think Franklin may end up.
Nelson's in Harrison. Nelson, good morning.
Hey guys, good morning.
Nelson.
Hey, buddy.
I was surprised. I was pleasantly surprised at the crowd. I mean, I don't know if they said, "Hey, the 3 seats" or what they did, but they figured out a way.
No, they weren't.
And I know it was Razorback Nation, so I know that they're going to figure out a way to get in that stadium and ride the storm out and all of those things. But guys, I keep hearing about our defense. We know we ain't got the hosses to do the defensive thing. We can't go 3 and out and put them right back on the field. We can't get 15-yard sacks and shoot ourselves in the foot.
Uh-huh.
We didn't have the turnovers and the fumbles this game, but we still yet missed a 4th and 1 with Rohan Jones wide open. We still yet got 15, 20-yard sacks.
Mm-hmm.
And crucial, you got to know down and distance.
No, those are big
You
plays.
got to know the time.
Those are big plays.
I mean,
But also, Nelson,
It's like-
and I know you know this, but also, because I was thinking about this, you're right, but at the same time, they don't have a prayer to even be in the game if
the offense isn't doing what it's doing. And it's sort of hard to sit here and be critical of the 2 or 4 or 5 plays that the offense really screwed up, because what you're really asking for is perfection and scoring a touchdown every single possession to have a chance in a game like that, in a game like you were in against Tennessee.
Okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate, Bo. If we don't have the defense that is porous at best, making plays at the right time, then our offense don't even have a chance, like they have had in every game, to get a fourth quarter win.
Right, but we're saying the same thing.
I mean,
you're asking, you're asking the defense 5% of the time to do something, and 95% of the time to not play well.
The good thing is, Bo, is Bobby Petrino, he said it best. It's not the offense, it's not the defense. It's a team effort, and it's a team game. And until we can figure out how to make that point where we can get that what we need, a 4th and 1 where a guy gets knocked backwards by his own offensive lineman is pushed into him by our defensive lineman, we got to have a guy there to stop that. And I'd say the thing with Taylor, man. I love the kid to death, and I know he's a great kid. But Taylor, rip it, dude. It gets the balls there, throw it.
Yeah,
don't play around.
Yeah, he's getting better, but he still holds on to the ball a little bit. You know,
there were times.
But that's every quarterback in sort of the progression of getting better, right? Like the growth of a quarterback. But the quarterbacks that are really good, man, they're getting the ball out to the first guy quick, on time, with total confidence. I don't know what happened. We've seen Petrino run that play over the years. And, I mean, we've seen it so many times. We knew what was open. And for whatever reason, Petrino said he got spooked by the safety.
Well,
but he throws it right away. He's wide open.
Yeah, there was there was some pressure there too, and on that play, A&M in terms of putting pressure on the quarterback did Saturday what they've done in pretty much every game. What they did not do Saturday was stop the run. Arkansas ran the ball on them really well, and that's what's going to give them a chance to win the next couple of weeks.
Rick's in Lowell. Hey, Rick. Good morning. It's the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. Appreciate the show.
Thank you.
Hey, so my question is, excluding the Notre Dame game, how is Bobby Petrino doing anything different than what Sam Pittman did? Because we've lost by 7 points the last 2 games against Tennessee and yesterday or Saturday,
right?
Against Texas A&M. So I don't see that the offense has really changed. I don't see that the defense has really changed. Now he's playing a hell of a moral game in the locker room. It's a team effort. We're going to win together. We're going to lose together. It's your job to win by 1. It's their job to stop the offense on the other side of the ball by 1. He's playing a hell of a talk in the game in the locker room. But where's the progression on the field?
Well, let me ask.
Well, I think that's a fair question.
Let me ask him. Let me ask you a question, Rick. Are you saying you don't see a difference with the team? Is that your assertion?
I don't see a difference on the team on the field and winning.
No. Like I know they're not winning, and they've lost 2 games by a combined 6 points. I understand that. Besides the end result on the scoreboard, is there anything else worth watching or noticing or seeing about this team? Or is it just the same to you?
To me, it's just the same. I mean, and I'm asking for a different set of eyes because that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Here's the difference, I think, and you're right. I mean, look, we tend to identify seasons by their best moment and their worst moment, and I mean the Notre Dame game's been the worst moment. They lost the other 4 games by a combined 13 points, and that includes the 2 that Coach Petrino's coached. You're right. If you were to just pick up the paper and take a look at it, and wow, a typical game. But as we've discussed before, whether it's reality or not, college football is about selling hope. In the stands, in the locker room, everywhere you go, and there has been more hope the last couple of weeks. Now, look, this stuff can evaporate, and as we've talked about, there's 5 games left. And, hope can, it can go pretty quickly if you don't find a way to win a game. But I do think that's the difference right now. Now, is it tangible, and can you look at the scoreboard and see it? Well, right now, no. And they're going to have 2 pretty good opportunities right in front of them to show that it has. And we'll see how they do.
I think there have been differences. I don't know if it matters to anybody. I think defensively they're lined up better. They're not as lost as they were earlier in the year. Have they given up plays? Oh, yeah, obviously. But I feel like I'm watching a team that looks a little more connected and looks like they have confidence in the game plan. But again, we didn't expect them to win these 2 games, but they competed. They played hard. They all ran to the ball. They weren't all running to the ball in the Memphis game. They weren't all running to the ball in the Notre Dame game. So, those are the things you notice. But again, it's week to week. I think the fans have a lot of hope right now that Bobby can win some games here, but that's going to really change if they don't find a way to win on Saturday. You're right, Chuck. You're right. You're right.
You're not wrong, Chuck.
That's all I wanted to hear. That's really all I wanted to hear.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
Truck Month is here at Chevrolet of Fayetteville, and the savings are big. Get up to $12,000 off new Silverados, up to $8,000 off Chevy 2500s, and up to $5,000 off Chevy Colorado. That's real money back in your pocket. Plus more inventory, more discounts, and better service than anywhere else in Northwest Arkansas. Stop by today and see Chris, Mark, and Denver at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Together, let's drive.
You know what else makes you an Arkansas Razorback fan? Going to the University of Arkansas. How about playing football for the team?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
we, and I include myself in this, we like to think we know what we're talking about, but sometimes we do miss the mark. I mean, sometimes we do.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
7:40 on Monday morning. Bart said the temperature is cool this morning and it's warming up to the mid-70s. That's the Chevy.
Cool this morning,
situation.
right there. It's great.
Cool this morning.
Warming up.
You got a short sleeve shirt on today, Bart?
Yeah.
You're
got the blood flowing.
Mm-hmm. You ready to go on Friday?
Well, we'll see. I mean, it depends on. It's a little weather dependent. I'm going to try. I'd like to not get struck by lightning.
Do you let that affect your mental preparation, the possibility that it might rain?
Well, sure.
Do you really?
Well, I mean, nobody likes to play golf in the rain.
Are you
No, I'm not
play
saying
this
that. I'm
week?
just saying the mental preparation that goes into playing a big round with, a lot on the line. Do you change your routine during the week? Because in the back of your mind, it's probably going to rain on Friday.
No, probably not.
I got you.
I didn't notice this until I watched the rough cut of the film, Breaking Bart. Did you notice on the first tee box that Bart hit himself on the head with the driver?
I did see that. I noticed
that,
I
too.
did notice
Bounced right
that.
off his head.
Well, nerves. I mean, nerves.
Well, he's going to do a
nerves.
club twirl, and I think slipped, and then the head of the driver went off Bart's head.
Yeah, I did notice that.
I thought that was really something.
He can do that golf twirl a million times in his sleep, and probably has.
It was something. Rod's on I-40. Rod, good morning. Chuck and Bo Show. What's happening?
Good morning. So, Breaking Bart, or otherwise known as Caddyshack 3.
That's better
Yeah,
than that.
Bart's become quite famous. I mean, he
has.
He broke himself with a 3-wood, and Tiger broke himself with a 9-iron. I heard. Well, actually, it was his wife, but
Yeah, we're into the jokes.
it's okay.
The old Thanksgiving
But
there in Windermere, Florida.
I'm thinking. I see a lot of difference in this team. I mean, there's a difference between losing to number 4 A&M and Memphis. That's not a good look, guys. Losing to Memphis. I don't care how good they are. The team fell apart. We played Notre Dame. And, I mean, they quit. I looked at TV and said, oh, they're done. I mean, they're just whipping on everything and running alongside the receiver, escorting him into the end zone. That had to happen. I mean, that had to go. Otherwise, we wouldn't have won a game the rest of the year. We may not. But I'm looking at Auburn going, yeah, that's doable. And Texas, that's doable. LSU, that's doable. Who'd ever thought that, right? But
Well, Brian Kelly
football
is
never
in a
turns it.
precarious position.
Is Missouri the best team left on the schedule?
I mean, it looks like it.
Yeah.
And they're in favor.
They are.
And another thing, too, is, Bart, you pointed this out during the break, which is when you generally point out your best stuff. Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room. Arkansas needs to win a game at home.
Yeah.
They need to win a game in Fayetteville.
8-24 since 2017 against power conference opponents at Razorback Stadium. That's you want to look at anything. That's the thing that has to be fixed.
Dear Chuck.
Well, I was thinking of the non-power for the Western Kentucky and North Texas. Just to drive the point home, think about those games.
Rod, thanks for the call. Scott's in Springdale or Springfield. I got it. It just took me a second. Thanks. I do it 3 or 4 times. Can you get bigger font? I mean, I'm going blind. I don't have my
window
glasses.
bigger on your computer.
Yeah, you can do it.
Pop.
Hey, let's go to Springfield and talk to Scott.
Hey, good morning, fellas. I've got a question on the club twirl. Did that make the film?
Oh, yeah.
It's there.
Man, I got to see this.
Yeah.
I got to see this now.
Oh, yeah. Bart took a bite out of a cookie and said, man, that's going to be the difference. That's a game changer. Immediately duffed a 3-wood.
Yeah.
Well, but it's those, the situation is if you look good on the golf course, hey, it doesn't matter what you shoot. If you look good, the club twirl is just like a cherry on top of the cake.
Well, as I said earlier, Bart knew that the cameras were rolling, and he knew the mics were hot, and he understood that was part of his mission too.
He delivered.
Yeah, I mean, he just delivered in every way. It's full-blown entertainment.
Well, like Pat McAfee, showman.
Is there going to be a charge for watching this thing? Is it free?
Just your
Is the film
time.
free?
Just your time.
Oh,
It'll be
man.
free on YouTube. If you go to YouTube, search at Chuck and Bo Show, or just search Chuck and Bo Show, and then hit subscribe, and you'll get a notification when it comes through.
It's our gift to you.
It'll be.
That's true.
Bart's gift to me.
That's true.
It's Bart's gift to the man. And by the way, these are perfect Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
And we're coming up on the holiday season.
Just
and
share, bang.
If you wanted to, something to inspire your
Share
family
it with
over
others.
the holidays, share it with others.
And I think Plainview Beef's also a great gift for the family, or to share with other people. We're going to be sending out some steaks for the holidays this year from Plainview Beef.
You could do like a little tailgate steak deal and watch Bart's thing.
Yes, that's a whole thing. I mean, we aim for gatherings, family gatherings, and such. Yes, that's what the Chuck and Bo Show is about.
Fellowship. We're big on fellowship.
There are kids all over America listening to the Chuck and Bo Show this morning on their way to school, forced by their parents because their parents know what's best for them.
Hey, I got a compliment at the stadium. Was it Philip or Caleb that was on in Mountain Home?
Philip.
All right. I had a gentleman come up to me at the stadium Saturday and talked about how good Philip was.
He was great.
Yeah.
They brought the whole family.
Well, they did.
I mean, mom.
It's a good family.
She's running that show.
Yeah.
And she did a great job.
She wanted to be there.
Scott, do you have anything else?
Well, I was
We've
wanting
been
to say a
talking all
couple of
over you.
things about the difference of the team. It's you get down 10 and we fight back. I don't think this team has shown that kind of heart this year. And it's another thing. You lose you let go of the rope, they grab it back. That's not an easy thing to happen. Well, I did want to say one thing about the defense, and I don't know if you guys watched the Auburn-Missouri game, but one of the things I noticed about Auburn is they began to just basically lining everybody up at the line of scrimmage, and it was like, guess who's going to come in? Guess who's going to rush? And when they did that, Missouri couldn't do anything. And then when they backed off of it, that's when Missouri could actually move the ball. And I got to thinking with our defense, I mean, it's not the effort's there. We just don't have the complexity. We don't have the athletes, I guess. Maybe I don't know.
We don't have the defensive line we need.
At this stage, I don't know why you just don't go jailbreak. And I mean, if you
jailbreak.
If they give it up, and get the offense back on the field. I mean, if nothing else, you might
Zero
create
blitz
some
every
havoc and have something happen.
Just bring the house.
Jolie
every time.
Dunn.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? There's some time. The thing is, Scott, I don't know if they'd get there.
You said it a minute ago.
I don't know if they would get there.
It's they're not sturdy enough on the defensive line.
It just
right
affects everything. It's just like you can get as strong as you want in the upper body. If you can't walk, I mean, you got to have that's the foundation of your defense.
I don't know if you noticed, they played guys Saturday on the defensive line that have not been playing. I mean, he was bound and determined that they were going to rotate on that defensive line.
We're brought to you in part by First Security Bank. Friendly local banking's how you bank better. They're all in on local support and convenient locations all over the state. Bank better at First Security Bank. Member FDIC. See, this is what the Chuck and Bo Show is. You just show up and have coffee with you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Football season's here, and Flight by Yuengling is the light beer built for game days. Tastes like a Yuengling, but it's a light beer, and only 95 calories. Flight raises the bar for what a light beer should be, and now it comes in a 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle and skinny cans. Perfect for tailgates, watch parties, or just kicking back after the game. Pick it up at your favorite store or ask your bartender. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
When something goes wrong, a car wreck, an injury, mounting debt, or getting denied the help you deserve, it's hard to know where to turn.
That's when Cadell Reynolds shows up. This is a team that fights for Arkansans. Personal injury, disability, bankruptcy, they handle it all. And they know how to get results.
You've got enough to deal with. Don't try to figure it out alone.
Call Cadell Reynolds, 866-314-3728, or visit CadellReynolds.com.
Cadell Reynolds, make the right call.
When is the last time you thought, oh, the SEC's making an announcement today, and it's going to be good for the Hogs?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Special place. I mean, that's why I'm so fortunate that I was able to come back here, and I think that we've got to get it back to that special place where everybody in the state is behind the Hogs.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Every day is the state of the program right now. What are you going to do? What do you want? What do you think is the thing? Most people aren't even really talking about the games. You said it last week. We got to get the pesky games out of the way so we can get the coach thing figured out. And, just like everything else, Arkansas is competing against the rest of college football. They're competing against the best of the best, not only in games, but now in a coaching search.
And it's going to be a real competition.
Competition.
One of the things that we've not talked about a lot is that not just for Arkansas, but the competition's going to be going on now. It's part of the reason coaches are being let go so early in seasons. There's going to have to be some things done outside public view. I'll just put it that way, to nail a lot of these jobs down by the time the season ends. I mean, guys will coach for one team on Saturday, and they'll be introduced somewhere else the next day because there's a signing period that starts. Yeah, there's a signing period that starts the following Wednesday, and then you've got the portal that starts the following Tuesday. So you've got to have your guy in place because you've got within 72 hours of introducing him, he's got a chance to sign guys to letters of intent. So you better have everything lined up, and I think a lot of ADs will.
I think you would love, any school would love to be able to hire a coach who's bringing a roster or core roster with them. But, who are those guys?
Well, that's true.
By the way, I think James Franklin has a chance to do that wherever he goes. I mean, he traditionally has a great recruiting class, and I think the guys at Penn State like playing for him. And I'm not saying all of them, but I think wherever he lands, there'll be a healthy amount of players.
He knows how to run a program.
He was impressive on game day. I mean, I didn't expect anything less, but I thought he came off looking pretty good. Said he was shocked when they told him he was done.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like walk-ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
This fall, don't just pay for a heating tune-up. Make it part of a Paschal membership and get year-round benefits for your home. For as low as $8.99 a month, your annual tune-up is included. Plus, members get exclusive discounts on air, plumbing, and electric services. Don't wait until there's a problem. Protect your home, budget, and peace of mind with Paschal. Visit gopaschal.com to learn more and join today. And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Paschal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
Need help growing your brand with strategy and creativity? At Vanquish Marketing, the mission is simple. Help businesses grow with clarity, kindness, and excellence. They don't just run ads or manage campaigns. They come alongside brands as a true partner. By creating data-driven marketing funnels and building strategies that scale, they equip their clients for long-term success. Guided by their core values, they know growth is about more than transactions. It's about people. Visit vanquish.marketing to jumpstart your brand today.
Chris in Fayetteville, you're on the news, weather, information station.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, we're full service, baby.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Oh, I'm pretty pissed about the donut situation.
I can tell.
I think glazed donuts are trash. There's no substance to them. I'm a man of substance. There's no substance to a glazed donut.
Just for the record, I like it better when Bart yells his opinion.
I just got a text. Hey, Bart sounds like he's having a great day.
It's the donut, man. It's the donut.
I had a very positive attitude this morning.
So what happened?
And then a series of events have transpired.
Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
I knew Bart was all about the show when he ate the glazed donut that had been sitting in the bottom of the cup on that hole over there at Mount Hope. And that's when you've got a level of commitment to the program. Scott, that goes beyond your own special, personal interest.
Scott Tabor.
Yes.
Shelter Insurance over there.
He alerted me to the fact he was going to do that.
Put 3 donuts on the pin and then put the pin in the cup. And that was the same. I think Bart was just looking for a reversal of fortune, because that was the same lost ball hole.
It was.
And
I think you were playing at the cameras a little bit too there.
Well, sure.
Also, if he doesn't like a clean glazed donut, why not have a dirty one? See if it's any better.
If there are 3 of them stacked up and the one that's on the ground, I mean, why not eat that one?
Yeah. I think Sugar Crash has killed you all day.
I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah. I think that's just. But there are a lot of things that can go wrong.
Do we need to
right.
bring a nutritionist to the next
well,
Breaking
I
Bart
think Bart
event?
needs a personal trainer.
Wow.
Okay. Well, I'm just
Hey,
talking about.
Hey, if we're going to take this big time, Bart, if
I didn't
we're
mean it like
going to
that.
take this big time, you're going to bulk up a little bit now.
Bart, let me tell you about the sweat match, okay? Let's have you go next. It's done wonders for me. I know it can for you too. You go in there, you get your labs taken. They're going to give you a printout. They're going to be like, you're here, you're not there.
Just like Tiger.
You're great there, you're there. And then, now here's a game plan. And over the next 6 months or so, let's just see what can happen. I mean, it doesn't take 6 months to see a difference. But in 6 months, you're like a new person, like a new human. And I'm just
You're
telling
going to be
you,
a television
it's real.
star.
It's real.
You're going to be a television star. You've got to look and feel the part.
It's real. Now, I'm not. Listen, if you're happy with where you are and your energy level and all that, that's great. You don't need the sweat no edge. If you feel great every day, you sleep well.
You look a little fat and sloppy.
Now, see, that's unnecessary.
Gee, that's what I'm hearing.
But if that's how you feel,
that's what I'm hearing too. It's kind
but
of
if
rude.
that's how you feel, that's not where I was going when I said that about personal trainer. I didn't mean it like that. I meant it like when you get serious about competing. A lot of people go out, everybody in all these receivers in the NFL that have personal trainers, it's not because they're fat and sloppy. They're just trying to go to another level. But now that I know where your head is,
sloppy,
and where your insecurities are, and I think that bothers you. I think you hear that when you look at yourself in the mirror, and I wish you didn't feel that way about yourself. I mean, that's we got to work on that, Chuck.
That's what a personal
confidence.
trainer's for.
Give you some
That's what a
confidence.
personal trainer's for.
You need some confidence. And at FCC I was going to say FAC. Maybe we get them over to FAC.
Okay.
We had FCC.
Right.
By the way, guess what? On Friday morning when we're at the Fayetteville Country Club doing the show live, I hope people will come out. I hope the junior golf clinic kids will come out for the session on the range. But guess who's coming?
Who?
Walk-ons.
Really?
Breakfast sliders.
Oh.
Yeah, they're gonna. They're gonna.
Are you kidding me?
They're gonna feed us.
That's huge.
You need to be there, Edward. You need to be there. I've told you this before, right here on the show. Everybody's heard it. That if you're the only one holding you back from getting out there with us.
You got to teach somebody how to work the controls.
I mean, we can't do it. We'd do it for you, but we can't. If you wouldn't go to the Tulsa Zoo on a Saturday, you'd have time to make some calls.
How was that?
Jeez.
Was that fun? Did you have a good time?
It was a good time. Yeah.
Tell us about it. How fun was it?
It was really fun.
Did you see it?
Yeah, really fun. Not just fun, really fun.
I strenuously object.
Yeah.
I strenuously had fun.
I'm pleading the fifth.
Yeah.
It was a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah, good day, good Sunday.
Young Benson.
Nice weather.
Bennett.
Once
Benward.
Yeah.
How has he won?
Yep.
Oh, the memories he's
won
gonna
in a
have.
couple months.
The memories he's going to have of that trip.
Vivid memories.
So you've been to Silver Dollar City.
Yeah.
And you've been to the Tulsa Zoo.
Yeah.
In the last 2 weekends.
No, it's
last couple, 2 out of the last 3. Is that something?
No,
about
Silver
right?
Dollar City was quite a while ago.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll send you and Benson, Bennett. We'll send you and Bennett and Hannah over to Big Creek. Okay. And you guys will just have a little getaway. Go over there and eat some Plainview beef steak. We'll set you up with
Too far.
the River House.
Too far
over
of
there.
a drive.
And
Too far.
it'd be great.
No,
it'd be great.
too far of a drive.
It's like an hour further than Tulsa.
He's not going anywhere now. It's
far
not
of a drive.
It's not too far.
Yes, it is.
I mean, maybe for your situation, but
Yes.
for many people that go over there and play golf, $185
beautiful
a
drive.
month.
It's a beautiful
to be a
drive.
member at Big Creek.
Now, if you set me up with a babysitter, Hannah and I would go in a heartbeat.
Well, see, that's another thing. You need to build in some margin time to get somebody else to run the show so you can go out remote with us, and then you need to get you a nanny.
We know some people who have helped us.
Yeah. And well, you've got some support, but you need. It sounds like to me you might need some full-time help.
What was your favorite part of the zoo, though? Really?
The panda bear. The pandas.
Well, the tiger was up and walking
those
around.
are always good.
Yeah.
Those tigers.
Yeah.
You know, they've got like the sky bridge that they can walk across, and that's the first time I've seen a big cat actually using that.
Do you see anything scary? Anything scare you?
Well,
Is it a good zoo?
some of the general public who go to the zoo is pretty scary.
Just the people,
gosh.
But you
not
know,
the animals.
middle of Oklahoma.
Oh my
so.
gosh! Oh yeah.
Other than
Did you
that,
see Tiger King?
I wouldn't be surprised if he was in the crowd.
Davidson Cersei, the original, the OG of the Breakfast
OG
Fund.
of the Breakfast Fund.
Yeah. David, good morning.
Good morning, guys. I'll have to admit, a couple of games ago, I went through a period there where I was thinking, man, we just need to start all over next year. Just bring in all new coaches, get the bad taste out of everybody's mouth. Those thoughts that you can have. But being a rational-minded person, Bobby Petrino has done exactly what he was brought to Arkansas to do. Exactly done what he was hired to do. If we had a defense that was 7th or 8th in the SEC, this team had a reasonable chance to make the college football playoff. So if you want a sexy hire, bring in a younger guy, let's try somebody else. Why? If you do that, you are going to give up what you already have. And who knows if anybody else could come in and do the job that Bobby Petrino has proven he can do. Top 5 in the country in offense. Our quarterback is probably number 1. All they got to do is bring in a defensive guru that the players want to play for, who can recruit and recognize talent, and we'll be good to go.
Well, they need a sack of money. They need a Santa sleigh of money.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt about that. And all these schools in Texas, they all have more money than we do, But it's just gonna take a defense. We've already got what we need offensively, and I'm not ready to give that up. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, David. Appreciate it.
I think you got to get everything lined up. I mean, you've got to get everything lined up while the season's going on, and that's distasteful to say. And I don't know if this is the third lane that some of those guys talk about. Maybe it is, but I fully believe you'll have guys coaching on Saturday at schools, introduced at other schools the next day, and making calls by that afternoon. I think that's where it is now, and I'm not sure we're not part of that too.
Bart, I just apologies to you on Memphis and your long time school where you grew up, just cheering for the Tigers of Memphis. I know they're not really a big team to you now, but boy, you thought they were going to be in the playoff, and Alex Mortensen ruined their dreams.
They had it all in front of them.
How about Alex Mortensen?
Good for him.
Just
man.
say it for a minute.
Good for him. I'm so happy for him.
Oh, his dad would be so happy. The late Chris Mortensen, but Alex has been through a lot, losing his dad and all that. And he's such a good human, and he's been in the coaching industry forever. Got a chance to be the OC with Trent Dilfer there at UAB. I think he's done a really good job, and never imagined he would be, the head coach of that team for the rest of the season. But for him to go out and win that game as the interim coach, he got the full treatment too. Did you see that? Mm-hmm. They dumped the whole bucket on him.
Well, I mean, that's a moment of a lifetime, right there. And I mean, hey, Memphis is good. Yeah, Memphis is good. Certainly, they've been a lot better than UAB. So for them to pull that win off was a huge upset.
He said all the right things afterwards. Talked about Dilfer and what a tough week it had been, and how he'd done a great job with this program, and he's really the one that put him in a position to do this. And just really well done. Always been a class act. I was happy to see that for Alex Mortensen. Well, I don't expect that when I hit the phone when I hear it ringing.
Yeah, it's crazy how that happens. Well, crazy how that happens.
This is craziness. Is this what we love about college football? The craziness of it?
Yes. And it's hitting a new level. I mean, it is hitting a new level. You think about where we are just in the calendar of the season, and the coaches who've been fired at big-name schools and coaches who've been fired at smaller schools. And next weekend there will be probably another round. Who knows?
Hey, I want to tell you, Chuck, I've been talking about Plainview beef. I did the burgers last night, the ground beef. Mm-hmm. Same deal, man. Just a different flavor. Like, it's just so good and so quality. If you haven't tried Plainview beef, you're missing out. It's relatively inexpensive. You can get 6 8-ounce fillets for $99 delivered to your house. And when you use the promo code Chuck and Bo, you get 12 free beef sticks, which are great. The thing about Plainview beef, they don't use preservatives. The way they feed the cattle with sprouts, and the way they grow the sprouts, and all of the things that go into this meat, like, it's just at a different level. Better creatine, better protein. Doesn't inflame you. It also almost acts like an anti-inflammatory, which is unusual, obviously, for red meat. Burgers, steaks, whether it's fillets or ribeyes or whatever kind of meat you like. Plainviewbeef.com. Make your order today and use Chuck and Bo as the promo code and get 12 free beef sticks. Plainviewbeef.com. 8:14. Back to the phones in a moment. It's a Reaction Monday. Good morning. Chris in Fayetteville. You're on the news, weather, information station.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, we're full service, baby.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag, still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
The voice of the Razorbacks is Chuck Barrett, and he chose McDonald Eye Associates for his recent cataract surgery.
I went to McDonald Eye. I can see in a way I've not seen in a long time. And I'm looking forward to this football season because of that. Your eyes are a big deal. I don't care if you're a sports play-by-play guy or what you do. You have to have trust. My trust was developed because I knew they were listening to me.
For your best vision, trust McDonald Eye. Online and same-day appointments at McDonaldEye.com.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com. Today's been it's been a strange day.
Yeah, we've had some struggles here.
Just
let's just be blunt. Can we be blunt?
Well, it's 50-50 at best.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
When's the last time you wrote someone a handwritten note?
It's been a while, I have to admit. I mean, I've sent a lot of what I consider
Birthday
to be
cards.
meaningful texts, but I have.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oh, we had a bunch of rain over the weekend, and we're going to have some more during the week. And if you've had issues with your gutters, let us recommend Hog Trough Gutters. They may end up being one of your best friends during the fall. The thing about Hog Trough Gutters, number one, is they're local. Number two is they've been around for over 30 years. If you've got a company that does work on people's homes, people's houses, and they've been around in the same spot for over 30 years, they're doing something right. They've never had to up and leave. Which means they're doing good work. This company, Hog Trough Gutters, fully licensed, fully insured, and every job comes with a written 20-year warranty. So visit hoggutters.com. That's hoggutters.com.
Quick look at the extended forecast, Chuck. 59% chance of rain on both Friday and Saturday.
Wow.
High of 64 on Saturday. By the way, the low tomorrow, when you get up in the morning, it's going to be 39 with a high of 69. 39 tomorrow when you wake up.
Did you guys turn your heaters on yesterday?
No, gosh, no. No.
Nobody?
Heavens, no.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No. Phillips and Ben.
I had the AC running.
Yeah, Phillips right there. And he's not there. Yeah.
Come on, man.
Making us look bad, man. It's just, we hate that when we go to a call and it's not there. Lane in Cave City. Lane, you're up. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Hope y'all's having a good morning.
Great. We are. Hope you are too.
Nothing annoys Chuck more than when we go to a call and it's not there. I mean, it's just like fingernails on chalkboard to him, and we're going to hear about it during the break, and he's going to look at Edward, and Edward's going to be like, I just talked to him. He just said he was there, and we're coming right back. And he's not. And we got to get Chuck back on track after that. It's It's like, it's just sort of like missing a wide open tight end down the middle of the field.
4th and 1.
4th and 1. Didn't even see him. Didn't throw it to him.
Yes, sir. Well, and guys, I've called in here before and said that I believe I feel like we all go somewhere else than Bobby Petrino. But I am going to support him as long as he is the coach. But we've talked about defense. I just want to bring this up and see if it has any leg to stand on. But we talked about, well, if the defense was a little better, we'd win some games. And listen, I totally agree because it can't get any worse. But if you go back and pull up Bobby Petrino's what his defenses over his stint have ranked in total defense. I mean, yes, it's better, but it's not like Bobby Petrino just has compiled great defenses through his career as a head coach, and the numbers show that. I mean, he's just kind of an average. His defenses when he's a head coach are just average to mediocre by the numbers. I mean, so I don't foresee us, like the defense, just totally getting completely better if we hire him as coach, because the numbers don't back that up from his other stances as a head coach.
Well, let me throw this out, and I'm just going to play devil's advocate right here. Arkansas scored 42 points Saturday, lost 45-42. Probably their best win over A&M in the last 15 years. They scored 42 points down there in Dallas, and they gave up 38. Now, 38's a lot of points, but it wasn't enough to win the ball game for Texas A&M that day. There may be games you win like that. There may be games, if you were to hire Petrino, there may be games in year 2, 3, 4 that are like that. But all you got to do is score one more than the other guy. And I know that may not always be the most stylish way to win, but I think that is the difference in the defenses. It might just be a touchdown a game, but that may be enough.
Well, Lane, I hear you on that, and what I would say is that's one point. The other point is, what makes you think Arkansas is going to have a dominant defense? I mean,
well, I don't.
Dominant defenses come from usually deep teams. Like when you're talking about playing a really good, in a really good conference, the best defenses are teams that are loaded. And at Arkansas, you're probably not going to be loaded. And to me, that means your advantage is going to come on offense. And you got to have a defense that's just good enough. Now, I'm not saying that's the goal, but I'm saying if you're looking at it realistically and you can get a head coach that's offensive-minded, that can put up points, and they can get a serviceable defense, that's probably as good as you're going to do. And we could flip the question. Would you rather have it the other way, where you have a mediocre offense and it's really hard to score, but you've got a defense that's flying around and better than the offense? I just think your best chance here is going to be able to load up your offense and hope to be good enough on defense, if you're being realistic. That's just my opinion. Given
yes,
if you're going to go historically, that would be what I would say. Not every year has been that way. Houston Nutt had some really good defenses, but then they had a couple of playmakers on offense. I mean, like really were generational type talents. McFadden, Matt Jones, and then what he inherited with a pretty solid team that Danny Ford had left behind.
Yes, sir. Well, guys, thank y'all for answering my question. I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all's day.
Thanks for having a cup of coffee with us this morning.
I would like to see them, whoever ends up with a job, defensively, you need a game changer too. You need a guy that can wreck the other team's game plan, somebody they've got a plan for all week long. There's not anybody on that team like that. Now, they're doing their best. They're trying. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying there's not anybody on that side of the ball that keeps the other side up at night.
Well, and from a in-state perspective, you're not seeing anybody stopping anybody on Friday nights.
Well, right. No, you're not.
Football.
Yeah, you guys know that better than anyone.
Yeah. Tim and Greer's Ferry, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, Tim.
I'm opposite of the last caller. I am pro Bobby. I'd like to see Bobby give him a chance, stay around. So let me ask you this: let's say they go ahead and announce tomorrow, hey, Bobby Petrino will for sure be head coach next year. Does that give us any kind of advantage in recruiting or going out and looking at the transfer portal, just for the fact that they know, hey, we know who the coach is going to be? Because I'm afraid with all these other coaches getting fired, there's going to be a lot of competition at the end of the year to hire someone, and we're probably going to end up with 5th or 6th or 7th on that list of who everybody's after. So
good
if
question.
we already know who our guy's going to be, and players know who our guy's going to be, does that give us an advantage on building a team for next year?
All right.
I think it might. It might. You never really know. But I'll go back to what I said at the end of the last hour. Whatever you do's got to happen quickly, because you've got a signing period that opens within 72 hours of the season
right after
ending.
the last game,
right,
is what you're saying.
Right. And
well, here's
now the one thing that's got to happen too is you've got to have your money lined up ahead of time. And this is where the backroom conversations, where the agents, where everything's going to be going on this time in season. I think for everybody out there, the idea that everybody's going to wait until the end of the year, I don't think that's going to be the case at all, because you've got to have your money lined up. You've got to have your NIL money lined up, because within a week of being hired, you're going to have a signing period and a transfer portal period open. You've got to have your ducks in a row, or it's going to be a wasted year. It's going to be like a missed year.
Two things. The challenge with that is if you're going to do that and you're going to get your money lined up, those people are probably going to want to know who the head coach is going to be.
I think that's fair.
That's tough, because you're probably not going to know well in advance of that time, unless you have decided, which I know they haven't decided, that Bobby Petrino is going to be their guy. The other part of it, I don't know that you really get ahead other than that, in terms of recruiting and transfer portal, because I think the guys that you're going to want, a lot of them are going to make their decisions based on who the coaches are at that time, and they're not going to know that ahead of time.
No, but you got to have that money lined up.
But no,
Yeah.
I'm saying there's two things. One is getting that money lined up, but in terms of other than that, naming the coach, which I think affects the money, the coach out here getting ahead of the recruiting process and the transfer portal and all that, you can get a little bit done, but all these decisions here at the end by the players are probably coming as the other jobs are being filled, because that's going to impact their decisions and where they want to go as well. And they'll know at that point how much money they're going to get. It's going to be a really frenetic pace in a week's time, 2 weeks' time. College football will just be insane for 2 weeks. It's already insane.
Whether you're playing or not. For some teams, season's going to be over, and you can devote your full attention to that. To others, you're getting ready to play in a bowl game or the playoff, and all this is going on. So buckle up.
The other thing, and we can get into this when we come back, the idea that 25 jobs could be open in Power 4 college football. What does that tell you about the desperation for hope?
Well, I'll tell you what it tells me, that some of these schools aren't as broke as they claim to be. That's what it tells me.
And then sandbag until they.
Yeah.
It's like, but the desperation is, I think people are feeling now more than ever that they have a chance to win based on, I know Texas Tech lost over the weekend. They didn't have their starting quarterback, but people are looking at that as an example of you can really flip this thing. Where for years, and Arkansas could be in this category, where for years they felt like they could only go so far. And so the money wasn't maybe flowing like it may be today.
Signetti's changed everybody's opinion.
Another good example.
He's changed everybody's opinion on how quickly you can do it, how you should do it, how you ought to go about it, bringing guys in, the portal, NIL, the whole deal. We've talked before. This is a monkey see, monkey do business. And everybody's going to be trying to emulate what Indiana's done.
When it's time for a refreshing beverage, you know where to go. Flight by Yingling. Whether you're picking it up at the store or you're at a restaurant, your favorite watering hole sports bar like, Walk-Ons, where they've got over 60 televisions. They've got it on tap there. They can get it in 16-ounce resealable aluminum bottles, skinny cans, regular cans. Flight by Yingling's only 95 calories. It tastes like a Yingling, but it is a light beer. It is refreshing. And it's brewed from America's oldest brewery. The next generation of light beer. Flight by Yingling, 8:30 Monday morning. Good morning.
You can tell I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Truck Month is here at Chevrolet of Fayetteville, and the savings are big. Get up to $12,000 off new Silverados, up to $8,000 off Chevy 2500s, and up to $5,000 off Chevy Colorado. That's real money back in your pocket. Plus more inventory, more discounts, and better service than anywhere else in Northwest Arkansas. Stop by today and see Chris, Mark, and Denver at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Together, let's drive.
Hey, it's Bo, and I want to share something that's completely enhanced my day-to-day life. About a year ago, I started telling you about the Sweatnum Edge. Well, over the last several months, here's what's happened for me. My energy level is completely different. My exercise gains have seen a big jump. My mind is clearer, and frankly, life is just more enjoyable. Now, that's my story. What about you? Search the Sweatnum Edge online and get a free evaluation today. It's made a big difference for me, and I know it can for you too. The Sweatnum Edge.
Particularly in the South, I'm not sure there's a title that carries more weight than coach. Maybe preacher.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Who's going to be the first to
Good
get a
summer.
Chuck and Bo tattoo? I mean, I think Chuck might do it.
No. You can have mine. You just get 2 of them.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Bart went 2-1 on the locks. Billy Napier's been fired. Mike Norvell is rumored to be potentially out today. They're in a bye week. It'll be surprising, I guess, to some if he remains the coach at Florida State. Norvell has a $54.5 million buyout, similar to James Franklin's, probably with mitigation. And will he get another job? Look, some of these guys getting fired. I mean, Napier could have another job next year.
Maybe. But here's the thing. I mean, you think about, and we ask ourselves sometimes, why are these buyouts like they are? See, I have a hard time believing Billy Napier's going to get another SEC job.
Well,
ever.
Yeah, I know. Once you go to Florida.
But my point is sometimes these guys go to SEC schools and they get fired and they don't resurface as head coaches in Power Fours anymore because they're labeled a loser. The only one that I can really think of, honestly, that has resurrected his career is Bielema. I mean,
Took a while.
It took a while. So, on one hand, you can say, man, these buyouts are ridiculous. On the other hand, every coach that takes an SEC job knows odds are within 5 years I'm going to be fired. No matter what kind of job I do, I'm going to get fired. And that's just the law of averages says that's what's going to happen. So I get it that they want these big buyouts. I also get it that these buyouts are what gets AD. That's what get ADs fired because you sign them to the extensions and then you get left with a big amount of money to pay at the end.
Meanwhile, Shane Beamer lost and was fielding questions about taking the Virginia Tech job. That's
one of those jobs that's not all that unwise to get out of town ahead of the posse. It's going to be hard to win at South Carolina.
Yeah. All right, Bart's in the Chevy at Fayetteville Situation Room. You got some stuff percolating over there. You mentioned it throughout the day. I don't remember what it was. Anything good?
We talked about the buyouts and just the number of buyouts that schools are paying now, over $110 million so far. With the openings that have
it's just the money.
It's insane.
It's wild.
It's ridiculous, man. Shane Beamer, people talking about him maybe being a candidate for the Virginia Tech job. He said that South Carolina is his dream job, and that he won't be going to Blacksburg, which I actually kind of believe. Because I think that'd just be a really hard spot for him.
I don't believe Dan Mullen will still be at UNLV next year. Do you?
I don't know.
Despite his claims.
I don't know.
I mean, if he has opportunity.
Oh, if he has an opportunity to leave, yes, he will leave. I'm not sold yet on the total resurrection of Dan Mullen. I mean, I'm just not.
But it might happen. Whacked by Boise State over the weekend.
Yeah.
It was bad. Bad.
Yeah. Clark Lee, does he stay at Vanderbilt? Vanderbilt is a top 10 team.
It's his alma mater, and he's making plenty of money and has plenty of money to spend.
Gosh. What's going to happen after they lose Pavia, though?
Yeah.
They're a private school with a lot of money to spend. They've got a chance to build something to last there.
So here's an interesting thing, right? So Bruce Feldman, after Billy Napier got fired, Bruce Feldman, the Athletic, he came out with his list of potential candidates for the Florida job, right? Like he does anytime there's an opening. These are the candidates. I want to run through them one by one.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me
15.
If you think there aren't 15.
Oh, okay.
If you think that they could possibly be a candidate at Arkansas or attainable for Arkansas.
Okay.
I know the answer to the first one, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Lane Kiffin.
No.
Yeah. Washington head coach Jed Fish. He's a Florida alum.
Yeah, you're talking like related to Arkansas?
Yeah, could Arkansas, because look, as of right now,
could they be candidates for the Arkansas job?
Yeah,
because they won't get the Florida
the
job.
Athletic ranked the current openings in college football. Penn State 1, Florida 2, Arkansas 3. Now, it might not stay that way, but as of right now, Arkansas is the third most attractive job, at least in their opinion, in the country. So, if somebody's looking to move, Arkansas is available, right?
Yeah, I just don't know why Jed Fish would come to a difficult place to win.
No.
Okay.
Doing pretty well where he is.
Missouri head coach Eli Drinkwitz.
Would he come to Arkansas?
Yeah.
I mean, for a $15 million deal, maybe.
Well, I mean, look, you got to spend to win.
Florida go after him. A lot of people think they will.
That's what I'm saying. He's on the list for Florida.
Yeah, I don't see Drink coming here.
Louisville head coach Jeff Brom.
Now that would be interesting, but the Petrino tie there.
Yeah.
Fun fact: Brom 4-4 against top 5 teams as a head coach, and he's been at Purdue and Louisville.
Well,
that's pretty incredible.
I don't know what his desires are, but yeah,
he's at his alma mater right now.
Of the group that you just are spitting out right there, he's probably the ones you've said so far the most likely. I don't think it's very likely at all. Just for the record,
from Louisville to here.
No,
so no.
James Franklin.
I could see Franklin coming here for the right amount of money, but I think that he's going to have his pick of jobs, and if he doesn't get the job that he wants now, he knows in the next year or two there will be a big job open, and I could totally see him sitting it out if he doesn't get the job.
For a year.
Do TV, travel around, kind of remake his image a little bit, be really likable on TV, and become even more marketable.
I think that's what he's going to end up doing is doing television for a year. And I'll go back to something you said a little bit earlier. Man, I like James Franklin. He was so good on game day Saturday. I know a lot of people that have worked with James Franklin. They may not paint such a rosy picture of James Franklin as you do. But the point there is that, hey, you can go on television and you can be anybody you want to be. And a lot of these coaches going on television for a year is what gets them back in the game. I don't know if Dan Mullen's coaching right now if it wasn't for his TV gig. He might be. I don't know. But I think that's what Franklin will end up doing.
Franklin said something on game day that just sort of stuck with me, besides being shocked and being told 15 minutes before his team meeting that they were going to have to make a move, and he said it shocked him. When asked to evaluate what happened, they go from being in that double overtime game, top 5 team in the country, to they beat Oregon. Who knows what happens? And then it spiraled. Like what, looking back, do you think happened? And he acknowledged that they had created these expectations, and it's basically like you go in. I'm saying it a little bit different than he said it, but it's basically like you go into the season with 10 wins. And you have to win that game against Oregon, or you have to win that game against Ohio State. And if you don't, it's like you failed again. Despite all the success, being in the national semifinal game last year, and maybe the way he kind of put it was maybe like subconsciously that pressure just affected everything. And when you take a step back and you think about that, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
That's a real thing. Like Penn State to do better. You're talking about, you're just asking somebody to do everything he did and then win one more game or 2 more games a year.
They're going to hire Matt Rule.
Probably.
And I don't know that they're going to do as well as they did with Franklin. And I know they didn't get to where they wanted to go with Franklin. But sometimes in situations like this, when you fire someone because they can't take that last step, you end up with a downgrade. And even though I think Matt Rule's a fine football guy, I'm not sure it's going to be.
The thing is, Chuck, most people probably, if we took these 25 jobs that are going to open and we look back at these 25 jobs 5 years from now, how many of the hires actually made them better, got them more wins?
Well, I don't know.
Maybe half.
But we can go back and look at the same thing. Of the last 25 hires in college football after 5 years, how many jobs really improved?
I would imagine most of them
better?
weren't even there in 5 years.
I mean, and we would talk about this with Pittman. Everybody acting like Pittman didn't do this or he didn't do that. I mean, we forgot what was happening before. Or maybe we didn't forget. We just thought we were going to get better every time you hired somebody.
Well, that's always the hope. And, I mean, that's ultimately, I guess, why people are for change, is they think they can make themselves better. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you do. And everybody generally is hopeful for a couple of years everywhere. But
it's about just selling hope.
Well, there's
just selling
that's a lot to that, because the top teams, they don't – I mean, you have some that rotate in and out, but a lot of them are the same year after year.
You got another coach or two?
Yeah, I had 2 more, and then a quick note. I think we know the answer on this one. SMU head coach Rhett Lashley.
Yeah.
And then South Florida head coach Alex Golish. the last two on the list.
I think it's a reach to think that you're going to get any of those guys because I think they're going to have better opportunities. And better might and by the way, if you're Rhett, you're in a great spot. I mean, SMU I think is a good job. I think we have to reevaluate what good jobs are in light of the playoff too in college football.
They don't draw enough. They had a game the other day. They got a 32,000 seat stadium. They had about 20,000 people in there.
SMU.
Yeah, they've got a legitimate product on the field. They probably got legitimate NIL money. Yeah. They don't have a legitimate fan base. They just don't. That's fair. And
yeah,
I could.
It's pretty noisy in Dallas.
I could see Rhett going somewhere else and being the main game in town.
Yeah.
Last thing, unrelated, just really interesting. Vanderbilt is in the top 10 now, right? Vandy, perennial doormat in the SEC and in college
still
football.
Not convinced.
They are 6-1 for the first time in 75 years.
See, that's the unicorn. The Signetti, the Clark Lee. That's the unicorn idea that everyone who's hiring a coach thinks about.
I'd even throw Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss in there. I mean, Lane Kiffin is doing things at Ole Miss that have not ever been done.
How long will it be before Ole Miss looks at games like Georgia and says, you know what? This guy took us as far as we could go, a.k.a. James Franklin.
I think it's going to be a while just because they haven't had that kind of success.
Hey, go ahead.
Well, we got to hit a break.
You got to give Georgia credit, though. I mean, Ole Miss beats them all over the field for 3 quarters, and Georgia just, all right, 4th quarter now. We'll go ahead and win the game.
Bart's in the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room right now. You can save over $13,000 off MSRP on new 2025 Silverado 1500 Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Together, let's drive. Chuck has a little bit of a bad habit of getting on Facebook and buying things.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Man, there's nothing like a perfect steak. So tender, juicy, and packed with flavor. And now, thanks to Plainview Beef, it's clean with no hidden chemicals. Plainview Beef feeds their cattle with wheatgrass sprouts, and their beef is loaded with nutrients your body needs. I'm telling you, you gotta try it. PlainviewBeef.com. Order direct to your house. Check out their menu, which includes 6 8-ounce fillets for just $99. Again, it's PlainviewBeef.com. Use the promo code Chuck and Bo and get a free 12-pack of beef sticks. PlainviewBeef.com.
When something goes wrong, a car wreck, an injury, mounting debt, or getting denied the help you deserve, it's hard to know where to turn.
That's when Cadell Reynolds shows up. This is a team that fights for Arkansans. Personal injury, disability, bankruptcy, they handle it all. And they know how to get results.
You've got enough to deal with. Don't try to figure it out alone.
Call Cadell Reynolds, 866-314-3728, or visit CadellReynolds.com.
Cadell Reynolds. Make the right call. Are your gutters ready for fall? Leaves are coming, and that means it's time to protect your home. At Hogtroff Gutters, they install high-quality leaf guards that actually work. Don't waste money on the cheap guards from big box stores that clog up, and don't get stuck paying triple the price with those big national companies. With Hogtroff, you get the best of both worlds: professional installation, premium aluminum, and stainless steel guards, as well as a 20-year warranty. Give them a call today to schedule your free inspection, or visit hoggutters.com.
There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. And every Wednesday is Wine Down Wednesday. 15% off every bottle of wine in the store, even if it's already on sale. But when it comes to selection, amazing prices, and unbeatable customer service, Macadoodles and Guess Who in Bentonville is second to none. Wine, beer, and spirits. Stock up for your next party, or just stop by and grab your favorite. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
So I spent yesterday, you mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
certainly caught gambling fever over the last 11 minutes. I mean, we've opened the show, and 11 minutes later, Bart's running down to
Bart's
Maverick.
hands are shaking.
I mean, they are. He's got a raffle.
ready to
We've
go.
morphed into lottery tickets. I mean, he's going crazy.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, if you've got a problem, you need help, Cadell Reynolds can do it. They're the attorneys that help Arkansans. Bill Reynolds and the attorneys at Cadell Reynolds will give you a free consultation when you log on to CadellReynolds.com, or you can just make the call no matter what you're dealing with. 866-314-3728. Get a free consultation. Cadell Reynolds. Make the right call. You know, Cal's always talking about recruiting and developing and taking guys to the next level and giving them a great experience when they're in college. You know, I want to help 25, 30 more families. How many more families is Jimmy Sexton going to help?
He might help 25, 30 this offseason.
He might. He's just taking advantage of this hope, this illusion of hope that is college football.
Somebody's got to profit off all this insanity.
The most important thing to me, and I know not everyone sees it this way, and some people will hate that I said this, but the most impactful thing to me on Saturday night was the hope in the stadium. It just felt different.
I agree with that.
There was an excitement, and there was a hope that when they brought Petrino in as the offensive coordinator, I felt like that's why they brought him in, because there was a lack of hope going into that offseason. And if they were going to keep the head coach, which is how most people are changing hope, they had to do something. And that was about the only move that I think they could have made to create some excitement. Now it's happened again, and it's like, what are they going to do with that? The powers that be, what are they going to do with that? And what is Petrino going to do with the opportunity? And through 2 games, I think he's done about as much as he can. And you can have a player here, 2 go the other way, and maybe you get on the other side of that outcome. But now these are upcoming winnable games. Auburn's a 1-point favorite to open the week at Oaklawn Sports. If you download the Oaklawn Sports app, new customers earn $1,000 in bonus bets. Just download and get started today, oaklawn.com, for all the details. Wow, that's a Monday.
We got 5 or 6 weeks of this left now.
Oh, we'll do it again tomorrow. At least we're going to try.
We'll be here.
It'll be Tuesday then, but for now, have a great Monday.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades.